Good day, good morning, good afternoon, or whatever time of the day it is that you are watching this episode. My name is Q, and welcome back to the Old School Let's Play series world. Very exciting news, very exciting news. So in the last episode, did talk about a couple of different comments, and one particular one was building the ivory tower from the Neverending Story. And I picked out the location for it, and I'm thinking right over here, because it actually is overlooking our beautiful village back there. I mean, just look at it. It's so beautiful with that one structure, that one bridge, the iron farm, and then the one house for that one Fletcher. It's a work in progress. So I was thinking this area because it's loaded in with the surrounding chunks of the village, and if we were over here standing up in the tower, I was thinking the tower being like somewhere in the position of like right here. Because if we say, the tower is, X amount of blocks tall to about here, we were standing in the top of the tower, we can overlook our village and see just about everything. Some things aren't quite rendering in, if, obviously can boost that up or whatnot, but as far as how the landscaping goes over here, it's already almost to the point of the simple shape, because I have it on second screen right next to me, and it's going to be a good spot. At least I think so. So that's what I'm going to do. And for block palette design that I was thinking was using diorite for the tower and variants of deep slate and cobble deep slate tiles and stairs and slabs as the actual like sides of the mountain that kind of like come up around the tower, the ivory tower that's going to come up and be right in the middle. I think that's going to work. So yeah, I was just clearing out some grass right here just to kind of see how open this was and how much really needed to get done. Because I was thinking of actually like using the terrain right here with these little bits of the mountain poking up here on this hill. But I want it to be more set closer to this way and actually having a pathway coming up. Oh yeah, I also did install another little mod, just quality of life, the extra animation, so animals are looking different and they're moving funky. And also, I move a little bit different. I think I move a little bit different. Do I? I don't know. I can't really tell if I do or not. Maybe? I don't know. But yeah, like sheeps, they're waddling. They actually look realistic, so it's pretty cool. I like it. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you think I should keep this going with the, kind of keeping with the old school theme. I know the old school theme is more of the slow pace and everything, but if this is too much of a takeaway from the whole old school, I mean, just look at it, just clucking away. Oh, it's just so cool. But if you guys are opposed to it, let me know down there in the comments, and yeah, I can remove it easily, just 2 clicks. So this project here, it's going to take some time. It truly is. It's not going to be something that's done simply overnight. Like it's really going to take some time. Something to the shape of this for the sides of the pokey out bits of the mountain, just kind of curving it around. So we got like one little kind of like mouth of it coming up. We're gonna need a third one. We're gonna need 2 more actually to make it a grand total of 3. So like coming back this way, maybe offsetting it just a tooch. That's why I tried clearing out this grass so it'd actually be smoother to be placing down all this stuff, but apparently I didn't do a good enough job. Something to the effects of this maybe? Bringing this coming back a little bit more and then having a little smaller like bend of it in here, and then the ivory tower is going to be like right in the middle. I don't want it to look too organic or, too much of the exact same of the tower. I want to put my own little spin on it, Does that help out a little bit? But oh yeah, that's looking better. Okay, yeah, it's a bit bigger of a mouth than this side. It is looking good, just a little bit too, maybe not too big, but like just right to like look a little bit different than this side. So now I just need to do another bit on the back side here just to make it more even. Well, not even, just to complete the shape of the 3 pokey up bits. Maybe something like that? I'm liking these 2. This one seems to be a bit too much. Let me work on this section right here and like just try to like get the curve that I'm thinking, like similar sense to this side and the similar sense to this side, like more of an actual curve, less stretched out. I'm liking this a lot better. This is looking more smooth, of almost circular shape, but not quite to the circular shape. So the rest of the peaks, this is going to be the face that you're going to be seeing as you're coming up to the tower. This is going to be the inside face. I'm going to curve it around the outside to actually do like the peak coming up and down. So this is the inside. It's going to be the outside. So we're going to have the curve. So imagine as if it's like a bow, and this is the string of the bow, and then here's the actual curve of the bow. It's going to come out like so. It's going to work. There's something's going to come out of this. Definitely in the upcoming live stream here, though, going to do a lot of mining of the deep slate to get the resources required and needed to build this structure. And this is going to take a long time to build. Trust me, like this project's not going anywhere, and it's not going to be done overnight. And But no challenge is too small for me. So put challenges down there. Wouldn't that be a cool idea to add some challenges? If you are liking the series so far, please leave a like. It does help me out and shows me that you are enjoying the content and you want to see more of this content. Comment down below to be a chance to have a chance. English there. Can we English? I guess not. Apparently, doing enough of these, I thought I'd get better at actually being more flowy with saying things, but I guess not. So yeah, if you want to comment some stuff to have the chance to be put into some books for build ideas and comment of the day, feel free to fill up that comment box down below. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I think so. Your books will be on shelves. What can go wrong? Nothing. Exactly. If you're new, subscribe. Really appreciate it and help me out and everything. My goal is to get to 500 subscribers at the end of this year. And if you want to take one step further and buy me a spud, go on over to the page that's linked down below of Buy Me a Coffee because I am partnered up with them. Nothing you have to do. Just there if you want to do a little extra loving, a little extra supporting. Thank you. So doing the back side of the curves here. Thinking... Of course, this grass is in my way. Thinking that we kind of curve out a bit. Make it kind of natural shape of a looking, you know? Just something nice. Did I poke out one bit? Man, I love free cam. I can't tell you how much I love it. I don't want it to be a sharp edge there, though. But should I butt it right up against or have it sticking out? Maybe if I did a couple, then start curling in. Might help. So if we come out like 3 and then do our curvy bits. Is this side looking better than the other side? I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna run with it. Then simply gonna start curving it back. This side definitely gonna like fix it up to actually be more corresponding to what I'm thinking. Bring this out a couple. That's not the shape I wanted at all. Well, actually, that could work. Let me think. I'm thinking. It looks like a turtle shell. If you think about it, like, you know, turtle head would be kind of poking out right here. The tail would be here, or vice versa. The head would be here, tail there. So I'm trying to think ahead here, like imagining like as it comes up and it peaks, like it's going to like curl up and in a little bit. This side's going to be like coming up on an angle. I think that's going to do. That's going to work. So let me try to come up with a similar, not completely the exact same shape, but somewhat similar on these other 2 bits. I'm going to bring you guys back once I get that kind of figured out, because this bit's pretty boring if you ask me. Don't ask my editor though. His opinion doesn't matter. So just bear in mind with me here, just thinking of the shapes here. Like this is going to be like the base layer and like how it's going to come up, it's going to peak and everything. I'm thinking this is going to work out. It's going to work out, like, you know, sloping this up, bringing it up and everything. So the very tall and skinny shaped looking, right? At least that's what the image on the right side of my screen here, which you guys can't see, but I'm seeing it. I don't know if you're seeing it. If you can see it, comment see it. If you can see what I'm seeing, comment see it. I'm going to see if you are able to tap into my brain and see what I'm thinking and thinking what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? For the middle of it, start off with a big round base and then kind of start to curve up and curve out a little bit. Kind of like almost an hourglass shape, but still keeping it similar to the actual tower from the Neverending Story. So let me play around with some circles and see what fits best in the middle of here for a good tower base. So I'm thinking a circle this big. It's 21 by 21. And then add in the curvature around it. And as it starts to come up, it skinnies out and then it widens back up at the top. I'm thinking that's going to look really good. I did start like smaller circle and then I kind of like working my way up and out and like shifting it back and forth a little bit. So that way it's not like symmetrical on any side. Like, it doesn't line up in the middle with this mountain, doesn't line up in the middle with this one, and it doesn't line up in the middle of this one, but it's all kind of like offset. Like this one's offset to the right of this side a little bit, to the left of this one. It's almost in the middle, but quite not there. It's more offset to the left if you ask me, honestly. Just ruling it with my eye. Or maybe it is in the middle. Don't overthink it. But yeah, let me get the ring placed in here, and then I'll bring you guys back. See what I mean? Doesn't that just look good? It's the right size for the base. It's going to go up a little bit, then curve in, go up a little bit, then curve in, go up a little bit, and then curve in. It's getting there. The skeleton of it's kind of there. The base, the foundation, that's the word. The foundation is here for the never-ending story ivory tower. Now I just kind of want to see if I can figure out kind of like the build heights that I want to do for the tower and for the mountain peaks as well. Yeah, let's figure this out. 64 blocks too tall? Or is it just the right height? I mean, if we come back here and we look at like our bridge, because we also got to keep in mind too that there's actually like the things on the top. I can't quite remember exactly everything from the actual never-ending story and what's the purpose of the tower. I just remember the tower and remember what it looks like and looking at an image of it. Because I know the mountain, the two peaks on the side, they're not all the way up. They're about like, oh, a little over half, 3/4. And then the back side's a little bit taller. But then we also need to go up a bit more too. So I'm wondering if that's a good height. It's like if we're over here at our library, you know, we're walking along our pathway. I think that's a good stopping point. And I didn't really think of a way down now, did I? I did not. That's going to be the point of how tall we're going to make the actual tower itself. And then we'll have the bibs and the bobs up on the top that curve up and out where we'll actually be able to sit up there and everything and like look out and see everything. That we're going to be up about, well, we're going to be up about this high. About this height. A few more blocks up once all set in stone. But I want to make sure to get the curve right of the tower coming up and kind of like peeling back a little bit just to give it that more depth because we're going to be using diorite for most of the build and doing some texturing in it. So yeah, this is the height. Now it's a matter of, without feather falling, getting down. Can I just do it the cheeky way and just let the water fall down? I think I'm going to take the lazy route. Don't blame me. I'd just rather be safe. I mean, it's not hardcore. I could die, but nailed it. Oh yeah, I ended up trading up a couple of pickaxes for emeralds with the toolsmith so that way I could like go and mine a bunch of this diorite, which actually most of this diorite came from one chunk that I'm still not done mining. But I wanted to make sure that I had at least 9 stacks of diorite and 9 stacks of cobble deep slate before I really started working on this, because I want to get at least the skeleton done, or close to the skeleton, or at least the heights and the points of interest that I want for the build. Like, yeah, this is going to be pretty big. And it may look too short after like how thick the circle is actually for the base of the tower and how I'm having it like curve up and curve out a little bit. And then eventually down the road when we have access to other blocks and everything, add like some swirly little bits like, you know, like fairy dust and stuff like that, like lights that are circling it because it's so wonderful and so magical and so beautiful, and just all those fancy fantasy lore Minecraft transitioning into block pixel by pixel art. So yeah, so this side, that's about 64 blocks. So what if we did 48 for the actual peak of this thing? I think that's a good height right there. 41 for this side and for this side. So we can do 41 for the interfaces on these two, and then maybe like 55, 56 on the back side. To make things easier, let's just do a solid 40. Can I water bucket clutch this? First time ever. I don't even know how I did that. Alright, let's do 40 blocks on this other side. I still can't believe I did that. Something bad's going to happen here soon. Best part about predetermining the heights of things, you don't have to count out the blocks, so you don't have to really guess on what you're doing because you have the amount in your hand right here. So just go up until I run out of blocks. Perfect planning, right? That's all you gotta do. Just plan your stuff out, and that's how you get stuff done. If you don't plan it, it takes you forever in a day to get anything done. I got a feeling there was a joke in place there from my editor. Oh god, I gotta really be careful of what I say. 2 in a row, would you look at that? Or we get a pathway dug out as well, do some terraforming a bit, like have the pathway be all snaky and curvy and connecting up over there. Alright, let's get out into our face cam mode here and just take a look-see at this. So just imagine it with me, it curves up to here. The backside is going to come up a little bit more just to give it that little bit of an offset difference. So thinking 55 or maybe even just 60. Maybe 60. It's a 20 block difference. Yeah, let's do 60. I'm not second guessing anymore. Going to do a grand total of 60 on the backside. Almost. Ooh. That's a bit of a difference. What if we came down just a couple? Maybe let's start off with 5. Remember, you can always take away, but you can't always replace. I mean, I know as far as in this game that yeah, it ain't going to be difficult to replace the blocks. Even though it went down even though we only went down 5 blocks, it actually suits it better. It's more of a, it's meant to be. That's the look. It's more meant to be. Now, the tough question, can I water bucket clutch this fall? Can I? Alright, so now that we got the actual, like, the peak of it set in stone. Well, maybe not completely set in stone. Let's see if we can work on the curve on the backside here. So, that's looking good. It comes up steep, it curves a bit, then steep, and then curves a bit. So it's got that, like, jagged blade kind of a shape to it. I'm liking it. Okay, now let's just try to continue it along the other sides. See if we can actually get somewhat of a skeleton going on this thing here. The juices are flowing, the ankles are breaking, things are coming into motion here. So let's see about if I line myself up here. Okay, it's getting there, it's getting there. I'm liking it, I'm liking it. Almost can replicate it on the other side without even trying to replicate it. Do you think I can do it? I don't even know if I can do it. I don't even know if I have enough blocks for this. Can I water bucket clutch it? That's what I get for trying to do it again. It's not symmetrical, it's not a constant curve either. There are some variants in it. So it looks jagged and not so patterny. Unnatural is the wording I'm looking for. It's getting there, it's getting there. Okay, okay. I believe that is the end of my deep slate. Ooh. Maybe I have some more in the chest that maybe I could do some more scaffolding? I got a little bit more. I'm gonna get this side done. Let's try to get this side done. Doesn't look anything the same as this side. It's a bit more straight up than as much as like a shark tooth looking kind of a thing. Okay, okay. It's a little bit wide at the bottom and then it gets narrow at the top. I'm liking it, I'm liking it. Now let's head back down and break all of our ankles and start working on the skeleton for this side. I need feather falling 4 drastically bad, especially if I'm going to be taking on this project. Whew. We may have enough, folks. We might have just about enough to finish off the skeleton framework for this peak. Still not the same shape as this side, which that's good because I want it to be more organic looking, more natural, that it's like they're not perfectly carved out, they're not the exact same. They all have their different characteristics, their different attributes to them, their own uniqueness. Let's regenerate health before I start making the plunge of the Ankle Breaker 2000. Ah, screw it. This might be enough. It may not be. I'm going to give it a whack anyway. Should I be counting these as I go up to make sure I'm not, like, doing duplicates? Nah. It'll come out just fine. Or at least it should. Well, that's interesting. We're only just a couple blocks away, but does it still show the shape? Ooh, I'm liking that. It comes up wide and then it kind of, like, juts over. Like as if it's been, like, washed away at the peak right here. Ooh. Alright, hear me out. I know it might be hard to see from this angle and with the pillar only being one block and we have this skeleton framing. If I can learn how to jump up on top of trapdoors, that'd be wonderful. But I mean, just look at it from back here. Like, can you see it, the tower being a little bit thicker, going up, like getting skinny in the middle, kind of like getting thicker as you come up towards the top, like the little like curve in from the top and then curve out towards the bottom. The peaks are coming together. We got the framing set for them. We got to do some terraforming to the land around it to make it look all mystical and magical. Got to get a nice, beautiful pathway. Going to work on expanding on that tower. But I mean, like, oh, good Lord. I'm excited for this. I mean, like, think, you know, coming across here into our farming district and we see the ivory tower. I mean, come on. Isn't that just the coolest thing you've ever seen? I mean, realistically, like, who else would build stuff like this in their own Minecraft world? Like, seriously. I do it because I want you guys to be involved in this world. And it's a cool idea, don't you think? And it gives me more ideas. And it brings you guys involved inside of the series as well. It's not just me saying like, oh, this is what we're going to do. My editor said this. My editor said that. La 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 la. But just feel it with me. Like, this is amazing. Like, look how big this is going to be. And for the time being, I'm a man of my word here. I need some wood to make a crafting table. And like that, I'm a man of my word. See, Ivory Tower, Justin Warsham. Oh, I forgot the 5. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. Warsham 55. See, this build is dedicated to Justin because this was his idea. He commented down below saying that, hey, build the Ivory Tower. Well, here I am. I'm building the Ivory Tower from the Neverending Story. And this is going to be his build. This build is going to be here for indefinite. And just to mark the date, actually, what is today? It is March 20th of 2024, not 2024-7. Geez, we're not that far into the future. So on this date is when we actually we started the build, and then once we're all done and dusted with the build, I will put the completion date next to it. The name of the build and your name is going to be on the sign on the building that you guys put into the comments for me to then transfer from your words into a book, into a shelf, from that shelf, actually onto the... I was hoping a chicken would pop out. Onto the ground here inside this world. Who else would do this for you guys? Name one person. That's what I thought. Well, I have run out of time for this episode today, guys. But yeah, if you liked it, please make sure to leave a like, comment down below to have a chance for your own words to be into books from shelves and actually into the world and onto the ground. I mean, look, Ivory Tower, right here. Beautiful sun behind it, glowing. Excuse me. This all happened from a simple comment, and this could happen to you as well. I mean, it's just that easy. Don't be scared about it. It's me and my editor who reads the comments. Don't worry about anybody else. I ain't worried about anybody else. Bring on the hate comments for all I say. Ain't going to bother me one bit. But yeah, and if you're new around here, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers at the end of this year. That is my goal indeed. And if you guys want to take it one step further and support me with buying spuds to keep this internet connection going and thriving and being all sorts of strong and all that. Oh, look at that over there. Doesn't that just look so nice? Well, anyway, there's those links down there for a reason. And the Discord's down there too if you want to join it, so you don't miss out on any notifications of upcoming live streams and everything. Which this upcoming live stream, I'm going to do a lot of mining to get a lot of deep slate and a lot of diorite so I can eventually finish this build. Have a good day.